Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the 2005 format. On one side, we've got the Dark Dragonite and Dark Electrode deck, also known as DragTrode, going up against the Dark Tyranitar and Dark Ampharos deck, also known as RockLock deck, on the other side. So we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account at Holland_Phantom so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with it out of the way, let's get into the battle. And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Dragonite side, we got Dunsparce as the active Pokemon, with the Dratini on the bench, and on the Tyranitar side, we got Mareep as the active Pokemon. The Dragonite side is going first, attaching a Dark Metal Energy to the active Dunsparce, and then going straight for the attack, Strike and Run. And now the player can search their deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon to add to their bench. And the ones chosen are going to be another Dratini, and 2 Voltorb. So now we've got 4 benched Pokemon on the Dragonite side, and turn passed over to Tyranitar. For their turn, they're going to be activating Celios Network as their supporter for the turn, searching the deck for a Pidgey to add to their bench. So they've got their first bench Pokemon now. Let's see if they're going to be putting any more Pokemon or energy cards. No, it's going to be it! Turn passes back over to Dragonite. The player attaches a Darkness Energy to one of the benched Dratini, and as the supporter is going to be Rocket's Mission, discarding Rocket's Sneasel from the hand, to then draw 4 cards from the deck. So let's see if we see any evolution cards coming down this turn. No, not yet, going straight for the attack again. This time it's going to be Sudden Flash, hitting Mareep for 10 damage, and the coin flip is tails, so Mareep is not paralyzed. On the Tyranitar side, the player equips a Fighting Energy to the active Mareep, and then plays Steven's Advice to draw 5 cards from the deck. 1 card for each of the opponent's Pokemon in play. Next, they bench a second Mareep, and then they go for their attack, Minor Errand Running, searching the deck for a Fighting Energy to add to their hand. So it looks like the Tyranitar side is not having a very good start so far. Okay, turn passes back over to Dragonite. They activate their own Celios Network to search the deck for any Pokemon. And this one is going to be Dark Dragonair. So we're going to be seeing the first evolution of the game coming down. But first, the player activates Swoop Teleporter, searching the deck for any basic Pokemon to swap out for one of their Pokemon in play. So the active Dunsparce is being replaced by a Dratini from the deck. And now we have 3 Dratini in play, so let's see which one of these evolves into Dragonair. And it's going to be the active one. Dragonair activates his Pokepower Evolutionary Light, searching the deck for any evolution card. And the one chosen is going to be Dark Electrode, which also activates his Pokepower Darkness Navigation, searching the deck for a Darkness Energy to equip onto itself, and that's going to be the main energy accelerator for the deck. And that's going to be it for the turn. Over to Tyranitar again. Let's see what they can do. Another Celios Network is played to search for another Pokemon. This time it's going to be Pidgeot. So let's see if the player has a rare candy. Yes, they do. Rare candy evolves Pidgey straight into Pidgeot. And now Pidgeot activates Quick Search, one of the best Pokepowers in the game, letting the player search the deck for any 1 card once per turn to add to their hand. And it looks like the one chosen is going to be Larvitar, which comes down onto the bench, and the player equips a Fighting Energy onto the Larvitar. The bench Mareep evolves into Dark Flaffy, and there's the attack. Minor Errand Running, once again to add another Fighting Energy to the hand. Turn passes over to Dragonite. Dark Dragonair activates Evolutionary Light once again to search for another evolution card. It's going to be the second Electrode. This one also activates Darkness Navigation to search for another Darkness Energy. Now we've got 3 Darkness Energy in play so far. Dragonair evolves into Dragonite, and now it activates the ability Dark Trance, letting the player move their Darkness Energy to any Pokemon they want. So taking the 2 Darkness Energies off the Electrode and moving them both onto Dragonite. So now Dragonite is fully powered up and ready to attack with its Claw Swipe. The second Electrode activates Darkness Navigation to get another energy into play. There it is. And now all 4 Darkness Energy are in play, each one boosting the attack power of Dark Pokemon by 10. So Dragonite is going to be attacking for 70 damage. Another Dark Trance is activated, moving the Darkness Energy off Electrode onto one of the Dratini, And the supporter is going to be Rocket's Mission, discarding a Dunsparce from the hand to draw 3 cards from the deck. Really good turn for the Dragonite side. The manual attachment is going to be a Dark Metal Energy coming down onto one of the Dratini. And there's the attack, Claw Swipe, taking a KO against Mareep, and Dragonite takes the first prize of the game. Pidgeot comes up as a new active Pokemon for the Tyranitar side, and let's see what they can do. Another rare candy is played, evolving Larvitar into Dark Tyranitar. Pidgeot retreats for free to promote the Dark Tyranitar, and the player equips the Ancient Technical Machine Rock, giving it a brand new attack called Stone Generator. And now Pidgeot searches out Dark Ampharos to bring into play. Dark Ampharos has a Pokebody called Darkest Impulse, making it so that every time one of the opponent's Pokemon evolves, that new evolved Pokemon takes 20 damage. And the supporter is going to be Copycat to shuffle the hand away to draw a couple more cards out of the deck. And there's the attack Stone Generator, de-evolving every one of the evolved Pokemon on the opponent's side. So both Electrode and Dragonite come back into the hand. And now in between turns, Dark Tyranitar's Sand Damage ability activates, dealing 10 damage to each of the opponent's benched basic Pokemon. So both Dratini and both Voltorb take 10 damage apiece. Alright, Dragonite comes back into play, triggering Dark Ampharos' Darkest Impulse. So Dragonite takes 20 damage. No other cards are played, and there's the attack Claw Swipe, hitting Dark Tyranitar for 70 damage. And now in between turns, Sand Damage once again damages the bench Dratini and Voltorb. Turn passes over to Tyranitar. Pidgeot activates Quick Search once again, this time to search the deck for a second Larvitar. So just in case this active Tyranitar gets knocked out, the player's going to be setting up a new one. Oh, and no attack comes through. The Tyranitar cannot attack this turn. But in between turns, Sand Damage deals another 10 damage to each of the opponent's bench Pokemon, and now they've all got 30 damage apiece. Okay, both Voltorb, actually no, just one Voltorb is evolving to Dark Electrode, and the Ampharos hits it with its Darkest Impulse, so now Electrode's got 50 damage on it, but it also activates Darkness Navigation, getting a Dark Metal Energy from the deck to equip onto itself. Okay, yeah, there we see the second Voltorb evolving. Once again triggering the Darkest Impulse, taking another 20 damage. And that's pretty much how this deck deals damage. Tyranitar deals damage to the basic Pokemon, and Ampharos deals damage to evolved Pokemon. Okay, the second Electrode also activates Darkness Navigation, and now their player equips a Rainbow Energy onto it, dealing another 10 damage. So this Electrode is down to just 10 HP remaining. And now the player activates their own Copycat to shuffle their hand away and draw cards equal to the number of cards the opponent has in hand. Okay, there's the cards drawn. Let's see if we see any more evolution cards coming down this turn. Not yet, but we do see a Rocket's Pokeball, letting the player search their deck for any Pokemon with Dark in its name. So we're going to be seeing another Dark Dragonair coming into the player's hand. Is it going to be evolving this turn? Not yet. It looks like another Pokemon came into play. I can't quite see what it is. The player's making some room right now. Okay, it's going to be a Rocket Sneasel. So now they've got a full bench with 5 Pokemon. Okay, before the attack is declared, Dark Dragonite activates Dark Trance, moving all the energy off the Dark Electrode, putting it onto Sneasel. Okay, now Sneasel's got 3 energy on it. It's fully powered up and ready to attack. There's the attack Claw Swipe, taking a KO against Dark Tyranitar, and now Dragonite has taken 2 prizes. Pidgeot comes up active as a new Pokemon again. And let's see what the player can do. Larvitar evolves into Dark Pupitar, and now the player uses Celios Network to search for another Larvitar. The Tyranitar side is playing from behind right now. They don't have any attackers set up. Rocket's Pokeball searches out another Dark Ampharos, but they don't have a Mareep in play to evolve. Okay, the energy attachment is going to be onto the active Pidgeot. Oh, and it gets its own Ancient Technical Machine Rock, and it attacks with Stone Generator, de-evolving Dragonite, and both Electrode. Okay, now that they're back in their Voltorb forms, they're going to be getting knocked out as they've only got 40 HP apiece. And like that, Dark Tyranitar takes 2 prizes, and now the game is tie. Okay, let's see what the Dragonite side can do. Another Rocket's Pokeball is played, searching the deck for another Dark Electrode. Okay, I wonder what they're going to be doing with this one. They don't have any more Voltorb in play. A Rainbow Energy comes down onto the active Dragonair, dealing 10 damage onto it. Okay, now... Oh, it looks like they just needed it to pay their retreat cost. Discarding the Rainbow Energy to retreat Dragonair and promoting Rocket Sneasel EX. Here we see Dratini evolving into Dark Dragonair, and a rare candy is played, evolving the final Dratini into Dark Dragonite. Both new Pokemon trigger the Darkest Impulse once again. And all the energy is moved off of the Dark Dragonair. And it's looking like it's going to go onto Sneasel? Oh, okay, I get it. Giving it all the Darkness Energy to boost its attack power. As like I said earlier, Darkness Energy increases its attack power by 10 per card. And there's the attack Dark Ring, hitting for exactly 100 damage to take the KO, and that's another prize taken by Dragonite. Dark Pupitar comes up as a new active Pokemon, so let's see if the player has a Dark Tyranitar in hand. Yes, they do. Dark Tyranitar comes down. Oh, and the player gives it Scramble Energy, and since they're behind in prizes, it counts as a triple Rainbow Energy, completely powering it up in one turn. Dark Tyranitar is both Darkness and a Fighting type, meaning that it can hit this Sneasel for weakness. Another Rocket's Pokeball is played to search the deck for another Dark Tyranitar. Do they have a rare candy to evolve this Larvitar? Let's take a look. No, they're going straight for the attack. Second Strike hitting for exactly 100 damage to take the KO and 2 more prizes. And now Dark Tyranitar is in the lead. Let's see if Dragonite can come back. Okay, Dragonite comes up as a new active Pokemon. It activates Dark Trance to move Rainbow Energy off one of the Dragonair onto itself, so it can start using its Claw Swipe attack, and there's a Copycat to shuffle and draw some new cards. And since now Dark Tyranitar is in the lead in prizes, Scramble Energy is shut off, meaning that it only provides 1 colorless energy. Okay, the attack was Claw Swipe, hitting Dark Tyranitar for 60 damage. And on their side, they equip a Fighting Energy onto Larvitar and activate Steven's Advice to draw 3 cards. Oh, and there we see another Ancient Technical Machine to take the final KOs once all the Pokemon de-evolve. Yeah, Dragonite and both Dragonair de-evolve back into Dratini. And with 2 Dratini already having 50 damage apiece, they're both going to be knocked out, meaning that Tyranitar can take the final 2 prizes and win the game. And there's the handshake. Dark Tyranitar is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Howling Phantom logging out.